we're guaranteed to find an identical copy of our whole universe, as well as countless variations where things are similar to here, but still different.
Multiple universes now are a genuine possibility, which begs the question, is there another you in a parallel universe?
Whether you like it or not, the fact that we live in a multiverse is the dominant scientific paradigm. Suck it up.
So what are these people telling me? That in some of these parallel universes, I'm a different person? Like, I'm an astronaut or a doctor? No, I'm thinking too small. No, maybe I'm the President of the United States. Or Godzilla. Wait a minute. If this is true, then that would mean that in one of these universes, I'm Jesus.
I agree with the principles that Jesus advocated. And that there are some.
Blessed be, child, for I have risen. I should probably fix my eyes while I'm at it.
So this year we have found one of the old books for the blessing of the beer, and so we'll be doing it the blessing in Latin.
Why not start a cult?
He's out of line, but he's right.
Don't get mad at me. That's science. Speaking of science, today's video is brought to you by Nuke's Top 5, and it's titled Top 10 Crazy, Scary Ghost Videos. As usual, I'll be leaving a link to the video in the description below. Be sure to go over there, give him a like and a subscribe. I'm not sure if there's going to be a lot of room over there for a like and subscribe. He's got over 5 million people subscribed to him. It might be a little bit more room for him. And it's Christmas. Give him a ho 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 or a Merry Holidays or I don't know, something festive. I'm sure he'd enjoy that. But without further ado, let's get in the mix. Let's get it.
Paranormal enthusiast James White has a very spooky business. He professionally arranges and hosts seances in allegedly haunted and abandoned buildings in Toronto, Canada.
Hey, that's like 6 hours away.
A seance at the historic Lambton House with a group of curious participants. The Lambton House is a former inn that was built in 1860, and it is said to be extremely haunted. Now, James White and his group are about to witness something absolutely terrifying.
What a gig, man.
So Norman, someone in this room is trying to harm you? Is it a person? If so, give me a sign. Are they in this room? Is it a male?
Wait, what? Oh, dude. I thought... Okay, wait. All right, stop for a second. Okay, dude, I thought that guy was the ghost when he fell out of the scene. I thought that was him. I thought that was the ghost. I was like, that's the best. Oh, it's not. He just kind of fell off his chair. I'm assuming then if he's falling out of chairs or rocking back that they serve drinks at maybe some of these seances. Maybe a couple of spirits, as we call them. Yeah, it's the holidays.
Keep your hands together. Keep your hands together. You grab them as soon as he fell back. Do not break. Okay, really? It did break when he fell though. He went that far back.
Oh, the chair broke?
Somebody actually pulled your chair. Yeah, like he tipped backwards. Somebody pulled your chair. Yes.
While in the middle of a seance, one participant is forcefully yanked backwards out of his chair.
He does look yanked, though.
Force.
Is it a male?
Jeez, he went flying. It's pretty good.
The door behind me was open, and I had my partner sitting beside me, and we had the door, like the door was open behind us, and we thought we heard something back there, but nothing was there. So we turned, and I looked, and I saw nothing. So I turned my head back towards the group, like the circle, and we're all holding hands. And then all of a sudden, I just felt like this force just come and pull me back, and it was like aggressive. It wasn't like calm, it was aggressive. Like it was trying to kill me or something. I don't even know. My feet were like flat on the ground. I wasn't moving.
He seems pretty tripped out. I believe this guy.
Me, and it just pulled me. And it like felt like someone was coming up behind me, like standing up behind me as I'm sitting in the chair and like taking my shoulders and like pulling me towards the mirror. It was crazy.
Fellow participants and eyewitnesses from the seance took to Instagram to share their stories about the incident. One seance witness had this to say about the strange event. I sat across from him when this happened, and it was fantastic to see. Another witness says,
that's kind of a brutal statement and true statement at the same time. To say like that it was fantastic to watch somebody get horrified in a miserable way is it's very typical in the paranormal community. You get very jealous of somebody that experiences something so horrific. So I hope that this I might have to make my way to Toronto and
I was there.
Check it out.
Another epic seance with @James White Seance. So
there you go.
James White capture evidence of an unknown entity aggressively grabbing an innocent visitor at the Lambton house? I leave it up to you.
It's not bad. It's definitely not bad.
Is it a male?
But I would have to, listen, to be honest, I would have to see the chair too that he fell in, because a lot of these plastic chairs and stuff, the back that are like molded into one piece, they are crappy. Like they bend, the legs bend and you fall back off of them. I'm not saying it's not paranormal. It could be. But I'm saying because there's like no wall behind him and stuff, and if it's like one of these plastic, and I don't know if it is, it could be like a big metal folded chair and he got thrown out. But I don't know. I think it's a great one, and it's one for the books. We're just gonna have to chalk it up with I don't know. I don't know, Nuke. I don't know.
These Dark Adventures says that an anonymous fan emailed her about a very creepy experience he had while driving home late one night. The dash cam video shows the man driving down an isolated country road in the middle of nowhere. Suddenly, he spots something that makes his blood run cold.
Excuse me, you need help? What the?
The driver suddenly spots a woman walking all by herself in the middle of the night. As he gets closer, he is horrified when he sees that the woman is covered in blood. Worried for her safety, he rolls down his window and asks her if she needs help.
Excuse me, you need help?
After which, she lets out a blood-curdling scream.
What the?
Okay, now we're gonna get the backstory, right?
At this point, the man notices that the woman appears to have no eyes, only black sockets.
I don't know about that.
Terrified by her reaction and appearance, the driver quickly just gets out of there. He says that he called the police, but they never found this mysterious woman. So just what do you think is going on here? And what
All right,
would you...
you know, maybe she just had enough. Maybe someone said something, and she had just had enough. And maybe it was like a meet and greet and she was just done. I don't know. It could be, if this individual's driving around with a camera, I always assume that it's a setup. I would have to know if he always does this. Is there footage of him just driving around and nothing's going on? Does he post scary videos all the time? I don't know. That's why I never really say something's not paranormal or is paranormal with this kind of thing, because it could be paranormal, but more than likely, it could be, I know a lot of homeless people live in the woods and stuff like that, or they'll live off these country roads, and maybe, you know, she got herself a fresh kill, fresh deer or something, and she finished it, and she's just kind of heading back to the river, you know, kind of rinse off. I don't know, but it's spooky. I know if I came along the drive and saw something like this, I'd probably myself. Yeah. Merry Christmas. That's an image for the books. You can have that on me.
Same situation.
What the?
The Woman in White.
Jeez, we're only on
Top
8.
five
All right.
viewer and paranormal investigator Mark Reyes emailed me about a video that he captured with his family while on a ghost hunt at the Evangelical Spiritual Church in Cicero, Illinois. The church was once used as a funeral home and is said to be extremely haunted. It's the middle of the night and Rick and his family are investigating the church when suddenly their EMF meter detects something that they can't see. What happens next is truly chilling.
Are you afraid? That room over there is scary. Have you seen it? This one, come here.
What do we got? Was that somebody in the back? Did I see that right? It's a white dress. They always wear white.
So you can't go in there. No, I'm saying it's open because we could.
It's always a wedding dress or a negligee. We know this. That's the only outfits you have in the afterlife.
Did you see it? A woman who seems to be wearing a white gown can be seen standing behind the family on the far side of the church.
We got him. I don't know what it is. Like, apparently fashion designers don't do anything in the afterlife because I am very tired of seeing white negligees and white wedding dresses. This is boring. It's either that, and like I've always said, if it's a man, it's usually like a 1930s tuberculosis doctor outfit or something like that with a bowler cap or something. But or banker. But that's why I don't believe, because it's like all the ghosts wear the same thing. It's cookie cutter ghosts is what it is. And if it's like a Japanese ghost, they always got long black hair and they're crawling for some reason. It just seems that it's like the pattern. It's like the MO, I guess. So if I saw a ghost like this and I saw something like this happen, I'd be like, all right, it's not that original, maybe you scare me a little bit, but it's just kind of like,
Church. Ricky says that his daughter
I'm gonna
felt
pay
the
for some of the
presence as
stuff
she
I
looked
say,
back,
I know it.
but that none of them actually saw the mysterious woman at the time. It wasn't until they returned home that they discovered what they had captured. So could this eerie figure possibly be the spirit of one of the people who passed through the funeral home? Let me know what you think.
I think that'd be funny.
We need scary videos. So if you see something that you think would be perfect.
If I saw a ghost in like a white dress or something, I would probably be like, what are you wearing? Something like that.
Top 5? Send it to us at
nukestop5
who
are you wearing?
gmail.com. The Burial Mounds. Paranormal investigator Ian from the YouTube channel Midwest Ghost Hunter is back with another investigation. This time at the mysterious Native American burial mounds at the Crow Wing River in Minnesota. Many people claim to have experienced terrifying paranormal activity at the burial mounds. Some have heard the strange sound of phantom drums and disembodied voices, and some visitors even claim that they have seen glowing apparitions at the site. Curious about the claims, Ian decides to do an overnight investigation in the hopes of capturing paranormal evidence. Things quickly take a very creepy turn as Ian searches for one of the burial mounds.
Man, walking through these woods, I feel like anything could just pop out at me right
Why
now.
would you go alone?
Like, from anywhere. Bears, Bigfoot, ghosts, anything. Crazy. I thought I heard something behind me.
Dude, this guy's got some brass balls to like go out there by
Who's over there?
himself.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid. I thought I heard something, but I'm not sure. Ooh, holy shit. Okay.
Listen, you guys have to understand something. Like, I don't know where this is taking place. He might have said it and I wasn't paying attention, but like, you got to be careful because like pumas and stuff will track you and try to run you down. So You can even see videos of this on YouTube where like pumas and stuff and mountain lions are like tracking people behind them and stuff like that. You gotta be careful, man. They sneak up, they grab you by the back of the neck, they snap it. Next thing you know, you're a ghost. Then you're the one in the woods for eternity.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not going crazy. I don't know if I should try this, but I'm gonna try walking backwards because I want to see what's coming up behind me. Honestly, I don't even like walking backwards because I don't know what's ahead of me. Is there somebody out here with me?
Walk sideways.
Oh my God! Holy shit! That scared me so bad. That was a straight up voice from thin air. It was as if somebody was standing like right there. Hello?
Ian hears footsteps following him. Then he hears a loud, indiscernible voice. He's now a little freaked out, but he continues his search until he finally finds one of the Native American burial mounds. What happens next is truly disturbing.
All right, here's mound number 2. I'm actually not going to say anything this time. I'm actually just going to listen.
Me too.
Kinds of things over here. It sounds like voices, but they're so faint.
A female voice can be heard speaking, almost as if someone at the burial mound is having a long, involved conversation. But it's something else that really spooks Ian as he explores the Crowing River's edge. Something truly terrifying.
Even though there's not much going on right now, it's a lot of fun just being out here. Out in the wilderness. Even though it's dark, I can barely see 10 feet ahead of me. Holy shit. Just when I said it was fun being out here. Pretty sure that was a goose back there.
A Canadian goose. Canada goose.
Things, Ian's biggest scare so far comes from the sudden sound of a honking goose.
Holy shit.
Eventually, Ian finds another burial mound. Now, Ian knows that he might not be able to communicate in English with the spirits of the Native Americans buried there. So,
why?
he decides to
Why is that the
listen.
case? Why would you not be able to communicate with a ghost that speaks a different language? The reason I ask is this. Is you have no vocal cords if you're a ghost. They don't exist. You physically don't have vocal cords. And as far as I'm aware, speaking and everything is just energy. So if you understand the energy, which you're completely made of, I would assume at that particular... I'm getting very scientific. It's a science day. Then I would assume that you would be able to interpret whatever the energy is. That would be my guess. You might not be able to receive the same thing. Like they might talk back and be like, get out of here. And you just like, what is that? But I would assume that they would be able to understand you. I know. It's crazy. It's like I've got all this science stuff going on in my head. I'm just knocking it out. It's okay. There we go. 100% figured it out.
What happens next is truly bizarre.
I just heard talking. That sounded like a male voice. Could you speak again? Oh my God! Dude, that was a face! I just seen a face! That was a glowing face! Oh my God, I cannot believe that! Dude, his face just appeared right there. Right there. Oh my God, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's one thing to see a light, a mist, even a shadow, but a face? A face. It looked like a man, too. It looked like a Native American man.
Dude, this guy seems super excited and happy to be in the middle of the woods at night hunting paranormal animals. If you were that type of person, bravo to you, because I would not be able to do this. I will watch your video, definitely, but I will not go out there and be all like, did you see that? That was fantastic. It's like people that like follow grizzly bears. And they're just like, wow, they are just majestic animals. And then they get ate by grizzly bears. And then you go to the funeral and they're like, well, they did what they loved. And you're just kind of like, yeah, but we all knew what the outcome was in the end, right? So he's eventually going to be a ghost in the woods himself, is what I'm saying.
Speaking from somewhere nearby. A pale face then quickly appears and disappears from right out of the darkness. Ian is shocked by what he has captured and deems his paranormal investigation a huge success. So did Ian capture the voices and face of lingering Native American spirits buried at the Crow Wing River? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire investigation and many more
it's good.
Adventures.
It's definitely good.
On the YouTube channel.
I don't know.
Midwest Ghost
I got no answers, but it is the woods.
Sanatorium.
A lot of noises.
5-year-old Ricky and his sister Vicky set out to explore the old abandoned Sanhaven Sanatorium near Dunseith, North Dakota. The sanatorium was built in 1912 as a treatment center for patients suffering from tuberculosis. Many of these patients did not survive. They passed away inside the walls of the Sanhaven Sanatorium.
Wait, is this the one they put down the chute?
In the 1960s,
the bodies?
hospital became a treatment center for the mentally impaired.
Oh.
However, it was eventually closed in 1987 after many reports of patient mistreatment and neglect. The Sanhaven Sanatorium is now known as a paranormal hotspot, and to this day, those with an interest in the supernatural travel to the hospital to explore, hoping to experience paranormal activity. So, Ricky and his sister are carefully exploring the creepy old decaying building. They experience something downright creepy.
No, I bet it was a morgue. Oh, come on, let me have that.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, that's creepy as
Yeah, this building's getting pretty bad. Was that you? That wasn't you, was it?
No.
Well, I saw it moving. I have to see what it is, though.
Someone's upstairs. There's someone upstairs. There's someone upstairs.
I hope so.
Hello? Hello? Where are you at?
Now, it should be noted that this odd event can be explained away as simply water rattling around in the building's old rusty pipes.
Yeah.
In fact, if you look closely, this isn't even a water pipe at all. It's actually a piece of old metal electrical conduit that has been cut in half.
Okay.
Nevertheless, it moves and rattles as if shaken by some unknown force. Ricky and his sister are a bit freaked out and worried that they might not be alone.
So just to say this, it might be somebody upstairs that's like stepping on the floor and it's making that thing bounce. I never think like when you hear footsteps upstairs anywhere that it's automatically a ghost. It's a giant building, and I've said this a lot, but like homeless people do inhabit these places for shelter and to have spots where they can store things that animals can't get to, or a majority of animals can't get to. So as of right now, I don't really see anything too crazy paranormal here, but it bars further investigation.
In the sanatorium.
Bars?
However,
I was talking about
even
bears
if there
earlier.
was someone else upstairs, it would be impossible for that person to even reach this metal conduit to make it move. So this creepy capture remains a mystery.
Like I said, the floor could just be...
Is that you?
The thing down the hall.
Could be, though.
A group of friends from Madrid, Spain are hanging out when they suddenly hear strange sounds coming from the bathroom down the hall.
Están escuchando, soy yo. Se están escuchando mazo de ruidos, tú. Yo vine del baño.
And those guys are freaking.
Vayas, loco, estás loco, Mano. ¿Qué es lo que quiere que vayas? Mano, venga, poco. Una polla. Una polla. No. Ocho, para. Valentina, hermano, ¿qué haces? ¿Estás loco? Si está escuchando, hermano. Escúchame. Pon el internet ahí, hermano. ¿Hola? Una polla. Hermano, me suena mucho mal rollo, ¿Hay alguien ahí? No. Hermano. Tira, vamos a ver lo que es. Hermano, no. Acércate. Tira. Asoma la cámara.
The heartbeat. Oh, Jesus Christ! Get the out of here!
To look inside the bathroom, but when they do, something horrifying can be seen staring back.
Look at that! What do you think? Real? Fake? I'm gonna have to go with fake because it doesn't move at all, so it's probably like on a stick or something. But it's pretty spooky. What happened to your eyelids, dude? It's like, hey, you have anything to wear? Maybe a white wedding dress or a negligee? Could you pass a dead person? Can you help them out? Huh?
User Ain Holval shares the video to TikTok with the caption, "What the hell was in my bathroom?" Now, it's certainly very creepy, but is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate TikTok hoax?
I think it's a hoax,
You
but
decide.
it scared me. They got me.
Genuine
It's funny though.
New homeowner and Reddit user Genuine Intrigue has been finding evidence that some kind of animal has been walking around his backyard late at night. Curious to see what kind of animal it might be, he decides to look through the footage recorded by his motion detecting security camera. But what he finds sends a chill down his spine.
I think I've seen this one.
During a soft rain, a translucent figure seems to slowly walk through the backyard. Reddit user Genuine Intrigue has no explanation for this bizarre capture. But what do you think this is?
I think I'm not sure because the you can see like all the fuzzy pixelation and stuff like that. I don't know because of the rain and the dark. I don't know what it is. It could be. It doesn't move like a bug. I will say that it doesn't move like a bug, but I don't know. This is actually pretty good. I will say that this is pretty good because everything somewhat seems. You can define it, right? Like you can see the slide and the little wooden fort and you can tell the yard. So the fact that it crosses, you can tell it's something because it crosses in front of the slide. I don't know. This is good. This one I will say is pretty good. I will say this one's pretty good.
Holton Avenue. Popular urban explorer Chris Hill from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill sets out to explore Holton Avenue, an entirely abandoned street in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, it's unknown why the street was left abandoned, other than it sits in an incredibly dangerous neighborhood. Multiple bodies have been found on this street, and each of the deceased met their end under mysterious and horrifying circumstances. So, dragging around his balls of steel,
Tear that place
Chris Hill
down.
makes it
Tear
his
it
mission
down.
to record and document the abandoned buildings on Holton Avenue before they are demolished.
Yeah, there you
In
go.
the middle of the night, Chris begins his exploration at the abandoned First Hungarian Baptist Church. He soon realizes that he might have made a huge mistake.
I swore I heard something. I think that's an animal.
Have I seen this guy before? I think I might have.
That's weird. What's upstairs?
As Chris is exploring the basement, he hears strange noises, but can't identify the source. Then a door above him on the ground floor just slams shut. Chris quickly makes his way upstairs to investigate, and what happens next is downright creepy.
All right, what do we got? And look what they did to this church, man.
There's somebody outside.
Chris
didn't see
finds
it.
nothing and no one to explain why the door slammed shut. But when reviewing his footage at home, he realizes that he captured more than he thought. A 4K static camera that he placed inside the church's chapel reveals that something seems to move towards the door just before it slams shut. Another static camera shows something pale and translucent moving around the pews while Chris is in the room. But that's not all that Chris captured that night, because after a thorough walkthrough of the church, Chris decides to check out one of the abandoned houses on Holton Avenue. It did not go well.
This is sketchy. This cannot be safe.
He probably didn't get permission for this, does he?
Hope I don't find a body down here. It actually looks like it's just underneath the house. It's not really a basement. Still creepy.
What? What? It's a homeless person, man.
I didn't know nobody lived there.
While checking out the house's basement, Chris hears movement on the floor above him. Freaked out by the sound, he quickly starts making his way out of there. But there's someone inside with him, peeking out from behind a curtain.
Yeah.
The man seems to be living in the abandoned.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Homeless people live in these places. You know, people that are homeless or they have mental health issues or something like that, they live in these places. So that's why I don't immediately go to paranormal. It could just be them moving around, and they don't want people to know they're there. because then those people call the cops, and the cops come, and then they throw them out.
Abandoned home. Chris knows the horrifying stories of the people who met a tragic end on Holton Avenue, so he quickly just gets out of the house. And with that, Chris has had about enough. He decides to just head home. Now, for obvious reasons, I advise everyone watching this to just stay away from Holton Avenue.
Yeah.
But if you want to see more of Chris's explorations, you can find them all on his YouTube channel, Urbex Hill.
Yeah, man.
Freefall. TikTok user Jalen Rich is hanging out with a friend on the boardwalk in Santa Cruz, California a little after closing time. Something happens that freaks them both out.
Okay, but the boardwalk closed like half an hour ago. This is scary.
What?
Okay, I'm really bad at this.
All right, let me read this real quick. That one time my best friend and I saw a ghost on the double shot at the Santa Cruz boardwalk. We were there after hours and the ride suddenly started going. Watch closely. Okay. Because the park's closed, that's when they do maintenance on these things. They can't do the maintenance when the park's open.
No one's on there, is there? Okay, I totally saw someone in the camera.
Someone appears to be seated on the Santa Cruz Boardwalk freefall ride, even though the ride is supposed to be closed. But then, whoever or whatever it is seems to disappear into thin air.
That's good. Okay, I will say that. To their credit, when you have people that are supposed to be seated on the ride and they mysteriously disappear while they're on the ride, that's pretty good. Did someone die on this ride?
Jalen explains that both she and her friend saw someone sitting on the ride and have no idea how to explain what happened. Now, the Santa Cruz Boardwalk opened in 1907 and has seen at least 3 confirmed fatal accidents over the last 116 years. One rumor even states that a park visitor tragically broke their neck on this very ride. So could it be that Jalen captured the spirit?
It's almost like I could write it.
Who never made it out of the park? You decide. Followed home.
How would you like to spend eternity on the ride that you snapped your neck on? What if you were like a good Christian or just a good religious person from all the different religions to begin with, and then you're just stuck on this ride? Son of a, like, just for eternity. Boy, talk about getting the short end of the afterlife stick.
User Francisco Javier claims that strange things have been happening at his home in Spain after exploring an abandoned farm he came across one day in the middle of nowhere. He says that the farm is a place of intense paranormal activity.
Vale. Que no sé, tío. Está por aquí. Hola. Escúchenlo. ¿Qué va? Coña. Ahora sí. Me cago en puta. Oh. Ahora sí me lo hizo detrás de mí. Ahora sí me lo hizo detrás de mí.
Francisco is recording at the farm when a door slams shut right behind him. After his days exploring the farm, he believes that something might have followed him home.
Empiezo a grabar porque estoy cogiendo sonidos.
I started recording because I'm hearing strange sounds from the bathroom.
Y estoy solo en casa.
And I'm home alone. Coles.
Dentro del baño. ¿Qué cojones? No puede ser.
Here we go. It's always the shower curtain. Horror cliche right there. Or trope, excuse me. Horror trope.
¿Qué coño?
Francisco believes that he might be dealing with multiple entities as he begins to hear taunting voices, laughing, and even the sound of intense crying in the night.
Soy un niño.
The chilling sound of a baby crying sends Francisco off to search his entire apartment, but he finds nothing to explain the sound.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not saying it's not paranormal. I'm saying that I think I know what he's doing. One, the shower curtain trick's not that hard to do. You can do it with like some string, or you can do it with... I have the same problem with my shower curtain thing always falling down. But I think he's got a kid's room in there, and it's a kid's recording. I think what he's doing is he's setting up like a spooky type thing, like channel or something for his place, but he doesn't want to do it while his kid's there. So he's doing it when the kid's not there. That way he doesn't scare the kid or make the kid scared, and the kid's not going to have access to like his YouTube in order to freak him out. That's what I think's going on. I think it's fun, you know? I think it's a lot of fun, but I don't think it's real.
Another night, and things escalate to another level when Francisco's Amazon Alexa begins to behave very strangely and absolutely terrifying.
Alexa me da un susto de muerte.
Alexa scares me to death.
Escucha. Mira, se acaba de conectar. ¡Qué susto!
Francisco says that his Alexa is disconnected, yet it calls out in Spanish, "Go to the window. I want to see you."
So it's probably a recording or something, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I do enjoy it. And he probably had to unplug the Alexa so that when he said the name Alexa, it wouldn't like turn on and interrupt the video. But it's pretty good. You know, where it's just like, it's supposed to be Alexa, but then he says, "Oh, it's my Alexa." And then the Alexa starts talking and you're like, well, then it's not Alexa. But it's pretty good. I'm enjoying this so far.
Se acaba de conectar. ¡Qué susto!
And that's not the only time that this happens.
Coño.
A female voice coming from the Alexa laughs out loud but then stops as soon as Francisco comes around the corner. Then an entirely different, lower and creepier voice calls out, "Hola." Francisco has had enough, but he has no idea how to stop the terrifying activity. He tries to continue living his life as if nothing has happened. But then one night when he's hanging out just watching TV, this happens.
Escuchen, acabo de empezar a escuchar a tocar.
So once again, you're looking at his television. His television, obviously he has children's shows on it. And yet we've never seen any video with his child around or his child coming to tell him anything. I think he's just doing this when his kid's not there.
¿Están tocando desde ahí? ¿O es cosa mía? Míralo, míralo. ¿Hola? No puede ser. ¿Qué coño es eso? ¿Qué coño es eso, tío?
Or is it his kid? His kid on the other side.
¿Qué coño es eso? ¿Qué cojones? Hay una luz aquí encendida también. Uf. Qué puto susto, loco.
Francisco is startled by knocking coming from his hallway door. When he stands up to check it out, he spots what appears to be a small child looking in through the window.
Okay.
Shocked by what he's seeing, he quickly opens the door only to...
So I could be wrong. His kid might be in on the gimmick too, but we obviously know that he does have a kid, right? We saw the child's room, we saw the television with the kid shows on it. So I haven't seen, and we haven't seen his kid up until this particular moment. So I was thinking he was doing it without, freaking out his kid, but maybe, the production involves his child.
Find no one there. Whoever or whatever this is has disappeared. So did something follow Francisco home from the abandoned farm that he explored? Could it even be multiple spirits? And if you were in his shoes, just what would you do?
I'd put on my my sneaks and I'd vamonos.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please
Thank you,
subscribe
Nuke.
and turn on notifications
Good first
so that
bit.
you never miss.
Well, there you have it. Nuke's top 5 with a top 10. I don't know how that works, but I'm sure he does. But a lot of good videos. I did enjoy it. Although I don't believe a lot of them have a very strong paranormal backbone to them, they were still very good. They were a lot of fun. I always enjoy watching them. And I always enjoy getting scared, especially with the no eyelid head sticking out of the shower curtain. That's always fun. Listen, if you enjoyed that video, please go over to Nukes, give him a like, give him a subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe as well. But until next time, I'll see ya when I see ya. Happy holidays. So see ya.